Alright, what's going on, guys? So it was about a year and a half ago where I tried out a whole bunch of Z-Man products from their Micro Finesse collection. Since then, they've come out with a couple more, and it is really windy here right now. I hope this doesn't destroy the audio too bad. But since then, Z-Man has come out with a couple new little soft plastics from the Micro Finesse collection. Picked up 4 of them, and over the next couple of videos I'm going to be trying some of them out. Well, actually, I'm going to be trying all 4 of them out. The first one we're going to try out today is going to be the Micro WormZ. It's a little 2-inch Micro worm, which actually to me looks pretty big for a Micro worm. I'll show you what this thing looks like on a hook in a minute, and then we'll cast it around here on this lake and we'll see what we can get into. So let's test out the Z-Man Micro worm. Alrighty, so here's a little bit better look at the lure on a jig head. It's a 1/32 ounce jig head. I'm not sure on the size hook, but I'll leave a link in the description to my gear as always, so you can check it out. I mean, it's certainly not a big worm, but I think it's a little bit too big to be like a true panfish lure. A lot of this, not even a lot, all the Z-Man products in their Micro Finesse collection, they're kind of marketed toward panfish, but I think they're all just slightly too big to be like a true panfish lure. This, I think, just looks like a little mini bass lure, so probably really good for like smaller largemouths and smallmouths and whatnot. But as far as like panfish like bluegill and yellow perch go, I think just slightly too big, especially the profile here. It's very fat up here in the head. Like maybe if you just like trimmed it right there and you only had this section, I think that would be a much better little panfish lure. But anyway, let's see what we can get on it here today. I am on one of my local lakes, but as you can see, there is a ton of all this algae here close to shore. Gonna make fishing here a little tougher, but we'll cast that out. I'll let it sink down a little bit, and I'll just kind of slowly retrieve it, twitch it a little bit, and let's hope we can get into some fish here. Oh, had a bite there. You know, I thought it was hooked, but now I'm not so sure. I did think this would happen a lot, where the fish kind of grabs the tail and pulls, and that might have happened here. I thought it was hooked, but it might have just like held on here for an extra second or so. Like I said, I think the lure's just a little bit too big for a lot of these fish. It's going to be tough for most of the fish in here to get their mouth around the entire lure and the hook, but at least we know they're going to bite it. Oh, like that. Largemouth. Very next cast. Might even be the same fish that bit a second ago. Let's get him on in here. Alright, so awesome. I've been recording now for only 6 minutes, and that includes the intro and all that, so I've only really been fishing for probably about 3, and we got ourselves a nice fat little largemouth. So that's kind of the type of fish and the size of fish I would expect to get on that little micro worm. I think like a bluegill or like a true panfish, it would have to be really big to kind of engulf that whole worm. A juvenile largemouth like that, I think, is perfect size for that kind of lure, and still put a nice bend in the rod, put a little bit of drag. A lot of fun. So yeah, we got 1 fish on the little micro worm. Let's keep going. Let's see what we can catch. Oh, got him right on the drop. Looks like another largemouth. Get him on in here. Hate when they wrap themselves up in this algae, but I think I still got him. But I'm going to bring in a pound of algae with him. Alright, so this one's a little bit longer, I think. but also a pretty fat one. Got some good weight on him. So yeah, we got two nice little largemouths out of here on the little micro worm from Z-Man. Still no panfish, but so far the fishing's doing okay. So let's keep going, see what else we can get. Alrighty, so it is early to mid-February as I'm recording this. I was kind of hoping and thinking that this time of year, closer to shore, we would start getting some spawning from some of these like bigger bluegills and even the largemouths. So I thought maybe today we had a chance of picking up some larger fish close to shore, especially the larger bluegill. But that doesn't seem to be the case. All the bites I've gotten so far have come out pretty far in some deeper water, so I guess these fish are still out deep. They have not yet come in close to shore like you would expect them to at some point this spring, so it might still be a little early. Maybe if you come back here next month, we can catch some larger panfish close to shore. But for now, let's keep kind of walking our way around this lake. Let's keep fishing all over, and let's see if we can get a couple more fish, because those two largemouths have been pretty nice. Wouldn't mind another one of those, or really anything. Got him. What do we got though? Another largemouth. Got this one in quick. Didn't want to wrap up in all those lily pads out there. Alrighty, largemouth number 3 of the day on the little Z-Man micro worm. Pretty nice fat one too. I think smaller than the last. Maybe about the same size as the first. That guy hit right on the edge of this little algae line over there, and also some deeper water. So yeah, we got 3 little juvenile, subadult sized largemouths on the little worm. Let's keep going. Let's see if we can get anything else. Hopefully some sort of a panfish. But if not, let's just enjoy the day and explore around a little bit more. Oh, got him. I knew we were going to get one more here. Oh, it's another largemouth, and that's a nice one. Can I get him in though? Through all this algae and these grasses. There we go. That is a nice largemouth. Alrighty, so this is definitely the biggest largemouth of the day. I don't know what he is. I'm really bad at estimating. 18 inches maybe? Several pounder. Let's get this guy back in there. I knew I was going to get something here because I didn't know it. I thought I was going to get something here because there's some very deep water, very close to shore right there. And that was a really nice fish to catch here at the end. So we're going to end it on that, and let's talk about the little Z-Man micro worm. Alright guys, so that's going to do it, and I've only been recording now for 36 minutes, and that includes the intro, all the B-roll I've taken. So when we subtract all that time, I've really only been like truly fishing for it, probably at most 30 minutes, probably closer to 25. So it was for a pretty nice largemouth, and only 25 minutes on this ultralight gear with this like little worm. I think that's going to be pretty good. So let's quickly talk about this. It did about exactly as I thought it was going to. It produced really, really well. All these Z-Man little soft plastics usually do. I haven't really fished one yet that I didn't like. The best thing about this, besides that it gets bites, is how durable it is. So these are super stretchy, super durable. They last I mean, well over a dozen fish. I caught 4 and had a few more bites, and this thing still looks brand new. There's some soft plastics out there where you'll pay a lot less money for them, but you'll have to replace them after 1 or 2 fish, sometimes even no fish. You'll just get a bite and it'll get torn in half without even catching anything. So yeah, really like the durability of this. It produced a good amount of bites, somewhere around 6 or so in about, like I said, 25 minutes of fishing, hooked up with 4. Some really nice largemouths came on this thing, especially on like some lighter gear. Of course, the last one was a really good size. They weren't really monsters by like bass fishing standards, but by ultralight fishing standards on a small little 1/32 ounce jig head, it was really good. So yeah, did about as well as I thought it would have. I didn't think we were going to get really any true panfish. I do think it's a little bit too big for the panfish. But yeah, if you're looking for just like a smaller bass lure or like a multi-species lure where maybe you'll get some larger bluegills, maybe you won't, I think this is a really good solid choice. If you're just going to fish around like an average dock, I don't think it's a great choice because there I think a lot of the fish are going to be smaller. But if you're looking for an area where, let's say, you're going to get some smaller bass like today, 12, 14 inches, maybe even 8 inches, or if you know that area holds 8, 9 inch bluegill or some crappie or something, this is probably a really good choice. But as far as like a panfish lure, I don't think it's a great lure, but it is a great lure if you're going for like some larger fish, like some largemouths. So anyway, that's kind of my thoughts on the Z-Man Micro WormZ. Yeah, really like them. Had a really good day here. Hope you guys liked it, and I will see you guys next time.